Learning and loving with you. Okay, guys. Hi, everybody. I told you I would get to this interview at some point today. And before I bring up D.O.A, let me get prepared for the true defender of ants. Everybody, hello. Welcome y'all in the chat. Please welcome D.O.A.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yay. Sorry, I have a little echo on my end, so I'm going to be a little I'm going to tone it down a little bit, but I did this for you.
The glasses look great.
Okay, guys, welcome. Well, yours is a little bit better because you can see through yours.
I pulled the lenses out.
Oh. Should I do that?
Well, it is California. You might want those there.
I got these from John Shazowski.
Just
so you know, Shazowski. He's one of our fun. Hold on, one of our SPTV homies that has been supporting all of our channels, and he always sends us the randomest things, but they're really funny and hilarious. And so he was trying to help me dress up Rodney. King Rodney here. And so he also sent me a t-shirt and a vest. So he's fully in uniform at all times, ready for the events.
Some big balls on that one.
You got some big balls. This is King Rodney. I mean,
the goldenrod.
Well, he's Golden Rodney.
Okay.
And yeah, and so then he also sent me these glasses, which I thought were so funny because I was like, oh my God, this reminds me of Scotty, defender of ants. So for you guys on my channel, you probably have seen Scotty, defender of ants, protesting at the blue stuff, at the blue buildings and all the Scientology, you know the shenanigans. And he was there helping. You helped me. You didn't, I mean, it wasn't like I wanted you to explain this too. It wasn't like you were helping me, but also it was like your instinct to just go and help somebody on something when we're both protesting Scientology and these little manipulative ways and beliefs and how their thought processes of being able to just think they can go and harass somebody or go, assault somebody, like punch them or hit them or knock their phone out of their face or whatever. And I felt for the time that we were protesting, I was always like protecting myself. You know, I can't rely on somebody else to really protect me. That's like a probably not a nice thing to say really, but it's the truth. It's like, I can't be mad at somebody else for, sorry guys, if there's a delay in the chat. Hopefully you can still hear it clean and fine and it's just me. But I just felt like it reminded me, even that little interaction in that moment and you coming up, I felt right there that like, oh, I always relied on myself to protect myself. And it's so much nicer when other people care or when it just felt like that. So it was a little bit of a cool little small moment for you. Maybe it probably wasn't like a huge thing for you, but for me, it was like, it made me also realize like, oh, I'm always protecting myself. I've always had to protect myself my whole life. So yeah.
I didn't even think about it. I just saw someone coming up to you and you're against these evil people, and yeah, I felt like you guys kind of put me up on a pedestal, and I didn't deserve to be up on the pedestal for that.
Well, it's not like we put you on a pedestal. It's more like your normal actions and probably a lot of people's normal reactions. If there were many men, if there were many man or masculine, bigger men to go up another, to stand up to another older man and trying to use his, manhood to like, put me down or belittle me or whatever it was. It just felt so cool to just realize for my older self, like to my younger child self, like, hey, look, other people can help you. Like other people can ease your stress or your intensity. And because that happened, I was able to even be more empathetic to this person in that state. Like, so like that was a big deal for me. And it wasn't like, oh, somebody came to the rescue. It wasn't like that. It was like, Oh, wow. Not even like my brother does that for me. Like I've never seen my mom or dad do that. So it did go deep for me, but it was just simple. It was easy. It was simple. And when you're in a, I don't know what you call it, but like when you're in that mind frame, you can just accidentally, have a mental breakdown and do something you probably shouldn't. That's, not so sane. And it just took me in that mental place and just kind of to go, okay, you're a psycho, kind of like yelled at the guy, but then kept it moving. And this warmth of empathy just came over me. Like, look, we're all going through this. I'm not here to fight with this man. I do want to let him know he can't be doing this. This is in the outside world. This is not a normal thing that you just go up to somebody and
stay focused.
You don't just go up to somebody and like start assaulting them because you don't want them in front of you or you don't want them on the public sidewalk. You can't just do that. So yeah, it was very interesting. So I just wanted to start there. That for y'all don't know, he's become my little buddy now. I feel like, all right, if he's somewhere around, you do feel like the little defender of ants, because I also saw you defending Solomon when some skateboard dude came by and was like barking at you about something, and then you held
he wasn't actually barking.
No, he was being very like antagonistic or whatever it was.
Psycho.
But you kept it. You just kept, you kept it moving, and you kept filming and being like, "Here we go, guys! Like this is the kind of realness you're gonna find on the streets like this. Don't assume, what you're gonna get at a protest. You just have to show up and start doing and answering questions and recording people being psycho." But then you
That's content, and it brings awareness.
Yeah, which is your thing, right? Tell me about you. Tell us about you. Tell my chat about you. Like, because I want them to hear you on a comfortable, sweet basis, and just the kind of guy that you are.
Depends on who you ask if I'm sweet or not.
Well, there you go. I want people to know that too.
I'm basically a gypsy who lives in my van, and I love every minute of it. I owned a house about 20 years ago. I inherited a house when I was like 22. And I was very unhappy with the house, and I like traveling the country and seeing waterfalls and caves and hot springs and earth and Indian mounds and just whatever I might like come across in random journeys off the highway. But I've been pretty much not a full-time activist, but almost full-time activist for the last 2 years. I been out in DC protesting a group on the National Mall last year, where I met a lot of different people, and am still currently involved with protesting members of the group. My channel has a lot of people who have been traumatized by SOs. Is that how you say it? I'm not sure the proper way to say that, but not Sea-Org, like sexual offenses.
Essayed, like when they've been essayed or whatever.
Yeah,
pedophilia. Yeah,
pedophilia. And so basically the group I was protesting was harboring numerous pedophiles in the group, and they were living in a parking lot with children there. So me and a bunch of other activists went and protested and basically did the same exact thing that's going on here with the protesters. And that was why I was kind of attracted to it. And it's more not boots on the ground. It's more a virtual protest where it's streamers who or influencers, however you want to say that, who are supported by the audience to protest and keep showing up every day. And so I was at the National Mall, was out in West Virginia. 10 years ago, I got arrested for cultivation for growing pot. And I basically learned the law on the internet, which is probably the worst place to learn the law. And you really get into that sovereign citizen kind of ideologies. It's hard to tell the difference between where sovereign citizen ideologies merge with like actually regular learning the law. And so I did 118 days in a cage in Chicago with federal inmates. And that really molded me who I am today. One of the biggest things, I would watch the sunset in the jail cell. And
I was going to say, so when you say cage, you mean a jail cell?
Yeah, in a jail cell, a little concrete. And they had me because they had me as a domestic terrorist. because I was questioning the court's ability to prosecute me for growing a plant, basically. And I would probably do it completely different, but I'm very grateful for my experience in jail. It traumatized me in a way that I don't get depressed anymore. Very rarely, just because like having my freedom and having that freedom, it's so important to have freedom and to be outside and to see a sunset or a sunrise. And I don't think until you've had that freedom taken away, you can't really describe what freedom really is. And so I cherish every moment being out of the cage, because I felt as though I hadn't traveled enough and been around enough. So ever since I got out of jail, I've basically became a vagabond or gypsy, and there's just so much in the world to explore, and friends and relationships are the most important, and the experiences and events with those friends, and that's true wealth. So yeah, so I'm I guess a paid protester for some people who might want to say that, but I'm here for the cause. I'm here for standing up for people who
Right. And what's wrong with getting paid for a protest if you're clearly, literally, I mean, not paid for a protest, but if the money is really going to being able to live, right? It's not like you're going, or maybe you need to make a sign and you need tape, and it's just like, there's always money needed involved, and everybody knows this. It's not just like, it's like you need water. You're walking around, like there's so many little things that add up. So call it being paid for a protest, but then if you're going to say that, then let's really break it down to like how much people are getting under without the world knowing, and without, all this, how much money is being hidden secretly, dishonestly, in so many ways, through political issues and everything. And I think to be open and be like, yeah, obviously we're not making millions of dollars on YouTube, but
grifting is the word. It's a fine line. I taught her that word.
I've learned this. Yeah. I learned that when we were walking. I was like, so I keep hearing this word grifting, please. Like, I have to know what this is, because now I feel stupid for asking, because I should have asked about this a while ago. Anyway, so yeah, I get it now, and that's really shitty. And then I also learned about good trolls and bad trolls. I just thought all trolls were bad.
No, there's some good trolls. We actually, someone, when we were protesting, they pretended to, the group that we were with, they pretended to own a piece of property. The group I was protesting, they had gotten in contact with one of the people in the group and said that they owned a piece of property. So for weeks, they told them that they had this 100 acres. And so after like a month and a half, the people from the group drove 3 hours to see the property, and it was a joke. They went and they took stickers and put them on their car. And so it was just a bluff. And when they came back, I was on a bullhorn, and they told me to play the song Green Acres, because they were supposed to go on Farmer Bob's property. So when I came back, I was playing Green Acres over a megaphone, and the lead guy in the group, Santa, snapped, and he attacked me with a megaphone, and I had a gun pulled on my head. And but that's a troll, and that was a good troll, because a lot of the things when you're out there is you're really trying to troll people for them to act really strange and react to it. And most normal people would just have a conversation with you, but a lot of people, like the Scientologists here, there's no conversation. They just do weirder and weirder things. And when they do weird things, that brings in the content, and then that brings in the views, and then that brings awareness to the situation. And so
that's what I feel from you. I feel that from you, and especially, look, all I know and all y'all know in my chat, and for people who watch your chat and know you, I was born and raised in the cult of Scientology. So like, I didn't know the outside world, and I'm just learning politics, and I'm just learning all this shit. I'm just learning the system, the justice system, everything. So like, it's really interesting to get to know people straight up who are just really open to what they're about, and it doesn't matter if I know it or if I'm in tune with it or if I agree with it even, you know. But when it's on a subject I know about and I'm pushing hard to handle and create and have more people awareness, you know, have an awareness on what Scientology really is doing and what they're making and grooming children into becoming, and then what these future Sea Org members become to other people, it's just all a big, completely insane thing. So when people start to get that, or when they're questioning or they ask questions, I find that very amazing. I find it very cool that a human being can have more attention about other things other than their every single day life, about them, what they need to do, what's wrong. It's like they have more of their attention on the outside world and physically doing something, showing up, protesting and being there in very uncomfortable situations, even for yourself or for other people. Being a voice that for other people that are afraid. I noticed on one of your, I forget where I saw it, on one of your things, it says, you know, having a voice for those who don't. And I kind of thought in my head, well, I have a voice, but then I'm also like, a voice, giving a voice to somebody, it doesn't mean like your loudness, or, you know, it is the protection, giving, you know, standing up and giving somebody power when they're speaking and making like, hey, it's okay if you're upset. We're here with you. We're all upset. You know what I mean? It doesn't, you're not going like, oh, can you stop crying? You're talking in front of a crowd. You know, like it's just, you become a human again and that's what I found in you. And I find that in the same humble thing that I find in Natalie, you know, Natalie Webster, you interviewed with her. I interviewed with her. She just has this, and a lot of this SPTV community does have this compassion of empathy where it's like, we all need healing and it doesn't matter where we've come from. So it feels like, I'm learning a lot from you on a lot of on all different levels. And then we're chit-chatting and creating and being funny and making funny, creative, cool videos and stuff while we're sitting in the middle of this protest. So it's kind of cool that we're kind of showing another way that it can be done without people, you know, being like, oh, I only can protest this way, or I don't know enough about this, so I can't protest this thing that I disagree with.
Well, there's so many ways to protest too. You could chalk, there's flyers, you do it through media, through making songs but to me, the best way to protest is to have fun. Like that could get people so angry just to have fun and to smile and laugh and play music, and especially for the Scientologists, because there doesn't seem to be any fun. It seems very like dry,
they don't. It's
boring.
Very right. And the fun they do have is very controlled and manufactured.
Like what would you guys have, like birthday parties or like Christmas parties?
No, it would just be like, oh, it's so-and-so's birthday. Like at dinner time, we might be like, oh, I got you a little gift. Or if you're good friends with somebody in the Sea Org, it's not like a known thing, you know, and it's just that day. It's you're not like waiting for your birthday to come for any reason.
Is there any holidays kind of celebrated within the organization?
No, because they don't believe all holidays are mainly, from what my views are coming from religious sort of backgrounds. They're formed from religious things. So the only, so to speak, holidays are really like events for Scientologists. And that would be like Auditor's Day event, or L. Ron Hubbard's birthday event, or Dianetics Day, and trust me, they find any reason to have an event because that's their event. These big events are their lying cash cows. They just pull people's money after this big lie that they present at this event. And I know this because my mother edits the video. She's the one in charge of the videos that are playing on the side screen while David Miscavige, the leader, is speaking at these events, have to be lined up to his speech. So her position in the Sea Org, up at the headquarters in base here in LA, but in Hemet, she is basically in her office video editing in this office all day long, making sure the next month's events or the next thing that needs to be a PR shoot is all lined up and ready and recorded and filed in the right order. Anyway, so her mind is constantly, and I'm just bringing this up in detail because every Sea Org member's job is like this. Every person in the Sea organization has a job like this, where their mind is completely taken up and their time is completely taken up by their Sea Org job. So when they come walking outside the blue building and they see Pineapple Guy with freaking a king jacket, and he's like, look at this cute face. And he's saying like, hey, call your family, or, it's okay to leave the Sea Org, or, feelings are okay. It's okay to be upset or uncomfortable that you're in the Sea Org. I mean, he's just saying things that are like, oh my God, they're going to listen to this. This is not going to leave. The Sea Org member is not going to walk into the organization and be like, oh, I did not see that guy outside with a big king cloak and a pineapple, furry cat. Like it's just interesting. Like you said, there's different ways to protest. I did want to bring this up, Menifee app driver. Question, you had a little confrontation with Squirrel Squad when you first arrived. How is your relationship with the other protesters now? Do you want to explain that a little or what?
Yeah.
Without getting too heavy.
Yeah. I'm not going to get heavy. My mod RU was like, they're treating you so bad. I can't believe no one's coming and talking to you. You came and talked to me. And a few other people came and talked to me. But for the most part, they're like, who is this weirdo with a Kool-Aid sign and a cape barefoot in LA? And so I understand that my look is very abrasive at first, and I'm okay with people not liking me because I love winning people over after they don't like me, because a lot of my followers, a lot of my chat is people who were against me or didn't like me, and they thought I was absolutely insane and nuts. And now they're big supporters, and a big support system that I have now with all my peeps. And I hate even calling them a follower because I've developed so many friendships with them, and I couch surf and stay at a bunch of their different houses and stuff. And so no, I knew that I'm good at what I do. I'm a professional, and I'm a professional activist. I know that's I probably wouldn't have been able to say that before, but I am a professional. And I knew that eventually they would warm up to me, or if not, they could, I don't know, can I swear here? Yeah, they could fuck off if they don't like me. And
they can have some. That's kind of my other gimmick with Lara FM. It's like Lara FM radio, and I kind of I feel like I'm always singing, and something's always going on in my head. I'm like a radio channel in my own head. So I always am like Lara FM. I could sing songs to you all day long. And then it's also like, fuck them, because now I can start my own band and I can live my own life, and I can call myself Lara, not Megan, which is my middle name that I grew up going by Megan. So it was just nice to understand labels and branding, and learning, like going on tour and being like, oh, I have to brand myself. Like, what the hell? I'm already the brand. What does that mean? I like almost was like defensive,
Well, brand, it's all about like your name and your brand, and like, so the character, like my fur coat and the pineapple glasses, that's my brand. That's the lore of Defender Vance, and the lore that builds the character. It's like any movie or show, you have to build the character, and you have certain attributes that character has, that they're either good or bad. They have different attributes. Everyone's got different attributes, and brand recognition is everything. Like, people, it's important, and that's what all this is. All these different influencers, it's all about punching up to other influencers, standing on their shoulders, and trying to get a message out. The more people you have an ability to reach, the more chances are that you can help somebody. So brand is everything.
Yeah. And I used to always feel like I was like, I don't need to be branded. I don't want to be put in a box. But I also think, like, hearing it from a perspective like that, it's helpful for somebody like me who's left something like where I felt I had to be so independent and on my own if I wanted any of my art or anything to go well. And so I just felt like, well, if I'm just running around doing me, I am my brand. And I don't want to like write down what my brand is. Who am I? What, like, I was like, that's like putting me in a box. Like, somebody's like, you come into my apartment and you're going to find out I don't just sing. I don't just make music. I do like everything. I love creating anything that sounds like that. I make little lights, or I make everything. So anyways, so it just, branding to me just feels so artificial. But I'm also like, part of that is I don't want to be branded. I don't want to be a part of somebody's brand just because I chose to be part of a word or a group or a label. I want people to know, oh, is protection of animals. Oh yeah, that's totally Lara. She would do that. But if somebody was like, oh, do you think Lara would mind just putting her song on a, Scientology movie event? No, they would know absolutely not. She doesn't want, you know what I mean? So I think just being authentic and me and this new world has been teaching me and everybody around me, like, hey, this is me and these are my boundaries. And I don't even need to tell you them. You can feel them because I'm not here trying to like brand myself into something that I'm not.
And it's all about being unique and having your own brand, even if it's not like a corporate brand or you putting yourself in the box, but just who your persona is or your personality. But it's also what's great about like a real effective protest is taking that brand or your attributes that you have that are good and bad and collabing with other content creators. And that's, you see all successful content creators, they're collabing with other content creators that are unique and have their own brand and they complement each other. And that's where you really start seeing things really being effective. And when people who are individuals are working together as a group without losing that individuality of themselves. And that adds because my audience that I attract is going to be a different audience than you attract, or even any of the guys protesting. Everyone has their own different groups, sexes, age group, and little nuances that they like specifically for that streamer. And so that's why this kind of protest is unique, is because everyone's coming together and they each are bringing their audiences in that wouldn't come. A lot of the people in the other chats are not going to come over to my chat because for whatever reason, they're not, it's not their cup of tea.
Oops. Yeah. I say, yeah, right. Exactly. And I think that's fine. Like, I think a lot of, even I'm learning in this world, there's a lot of people that think that you have to be a singer or to be loving or be a good performer or an artist. You have to be famous or you have to be striving to be famous. I hate that. Like, I hate that. For me, it feels like to put so much attention on fame and success and succeeding takes away the natural art that somebody would just be creating beautifully. And like, without the considerations and the judgments, it's like you're conforming somebody's art. You're ruining somebody's art by telling them, how it should be or how they should be, or they can't do too much of this.
Yeah, you're putting a parameter on it where they have to stay within.
But doesn't that suck? You're ruining the future of art by controlling its people.
Sometimes the parameter is good because it sets you in a clear path where you could create within those parameters. So it can be good and it can be bad at times, I guess.
Well, there you go. I guess it's the what do you call that? A good balance. Yeah, you gotta, have a beer, but just don't have too much and too often.
Well, like when Aaron came and got arrested, there was a bunch of people coming, a bunch of different influencers that were coming to the corner there. And that's good. Like, even if those people are going in there for the fame, their audience, they're bringing awareness, and there might be 5 or 10 people that come from their audience. I don't know. I think awareness, especially for this situation with Scientology, like a lot of my chat, a lot of my people, they didn't know anything about Scientology. So it's been a crash course into learning the Sea Org and all the different terms and the auditing. And I mean, I'm overwhelmed. And then your anti-Scientology groups and all the community that's been formed there. And then the rifts happening with, all the little kind of the tea being spilled or the things coming out here in the last couple of days about, the anti-Scientology group, where you kind of have a divide going on, I guess you would call it.
I think sometimes it's not even I think it's like people are processing things and everybody wants an answer, or they want, you shouldn't be this way. And it's like, no, people have to experience things to know whether they want to do that or be that person or not. Like, and so I feel like this is bringing a lot out in people, and it's also encouraging a lot more. It's encouraging people to do things. It's encouraging people to speak out. It's encouraging people to feel more open. It's giving people something really prominent to do that kind of reflects on the whole world. Like, Scientology is a cult, and in all of its traps, but also the exact same parallels are happening in so many other situations across the United States, across the world. So it's good to finally be able to jump on a team like this and to receive support from people who who were never even on this team, you know, the whole anti-Scientology team, but to, no matter what direction we're all doing it, like somebody, you remember that guy the other night walked by and told us, like, you guys are doing a great job. Just, you know, I've been watching you, and he was being very discreet, but he said, you know, you all chipping away at it and watch, that thing's going to come down. And it was such a great point. And somebody said it on Aaron's channel, like it's like an egg and everybody's chipping away. And that eggshell, yeah, one crack might not do anything, but a little crack here and there, and the whole thing's just going to fall apart. So, yeah.
Where do
you're a dead air comment reader guy. D.O.A. doesn't care.
I don't give a fuck.
I mean, I don't care when we're live streaming.
Yeah, ask me questions. Like I won't ask me a bunch of questions.
Okay, so yeah, I wanted questions. To ask oh, that's cute. Look at this. Hillary says, I love watching your friendship grow. I said that to you. I said, look at us. You're so safe.
You're so yellow.
Oh, I like these flowers. I like these amazing tulip flowers in this. Yeah, Lizzie nice. Jean Williams. Scientologists look like muzzled zombies to me. I agree with the zombies, I guess, in the idea of being muzzled for sure, because they can't talk. Like any person, even somebody, I don't know how much of you were watching the live stream last night, and they kept turning on, I don't know if I was even streaming at this point or I turned them off, but they kept turning on the sprinklers wherever my dog was, Foxy, and would turn on the sprinklers to annoy me. And it's also an intimidation tactic to show, like, they're letting me know I'm watching you wherever you're going. We're watching you, turn on the sprinklers. And then when we keep walking up, they turn off the sprinklers and turn on the next sprinklers. Maybe Foxy loves sprinklers and the water. So
maybe they just wanted, maybe they thought the dog was thirsty and they wanted a little water for the doggy.
Maybe also they just didn't, they've been inside for so long, they didn't realize it was pouring all day long. Like they did not need to have the sprinklers on whatsoever. It was wet.
Probably why California doesn't have any water anywhere.
Look at this one, Fourth Court Fern. Thank you for your super chat. I'm trying to keep up with you, girl, but you are a bombshell. Wow.
You're blowing it up. You're blowing it up.
Look at my face just getting red. You see, no. Hide from the world. Look, I can just leave and leave.
Oh, don't leave me here. You don't want me in control of this. We will take it some dark ass places.
Thank you for it. That was very sweet.
Yes, no, this is inside my van. I have a 4-burner stove in the back of the van. You just haven't seen it yet. There's some propane tanks and everything. Did a little tile job. This is the back of the van. So allegedly. Pamela Foster says Lara's birthday is coming up. All should give her a party cake and ice cream. You're so sweet. You guys can always donate to my Venmos or PayPal if you really want to send me money, because I will use the money. You'll see I'm going to be live streaming the whole show and everything. But you'll see I decorate and do the whole stage. It's a whole fun art piece. It's a whole vibe. So I got to pay my artists and all my people and my friends. And so whatever you give me, I give to them. So thank you all. And a lot of people feel like, oh, I watched the show, I felt like I was there, and they want to donate the ticket amount or whatever it is. So just do that. You can do it all through my website. Here, look at how professional I am, Scotty. Boom. Lara.fm. Man, she got the intro, the outro. She's all, for someone who doesn't like Brandon, she sure as hell branded up. I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm not. And if you guys,
and if you guys happen to be on Instagram, here's my Instagram.
Look at you, Brandon as hell. Yeah, you go, girl. Go. What else you got? That's it.
You know, if
where's
you guys
your TikTok? Oh, there's the email. What else you got? Come on, let's see. Come on, you gotta have more.
Oh my God,
come on, branding Vimo. Okay, Cash App. Where's the Cash App?
I think that's all I have, guys.
Oh, come on.
You can find out everything else at my website.
Oh, of course, she's got a website too. Not branded at all.
You guys got me watery eyes. What is this question? Have you seen any of the auditing in Chicago? He's live tonight. Have you seen any of that? Aren't you? You told me your family or somebody's from Chicago?
No, it was crappy BMW channel or whatever it is. It's some type of car, fast car or broken car, or I need a car.
Who? What?
The streamer streaming at the Church of Scientology in Chicago. Something
is it Chris?
BMW.
It's not Chris without a Hellcat. You're not thinking that.
No.
It's like he's in Chicago.
Trashy. There it is. Trashy V12 BMW. I knew it was something like that. I was way off. Samsonite. Dang.
That's funny. That's really
close.
good. Yeah,
I had the car.
Anybody who's doing any kind of protesting anywhere, that's just so cool. Like, I definitely watch. I've been watching Pearl Snappy. I saw Pearl Snappy in the chat earlier. I don't know if she's still here, but you're awesome. I am very. Oh, look at that. D.O.A. Tell Lara she can copyright me if I use her music, and I'll give her the monetization.
All right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. Someone said that they would pay for me to go out to Austin to go to the Austin opening.
Yeah, yeah, we can get people to do that for you. Come on, guys. Everybody.
This is where the grift begins.
Oh God, is this what they tell you?
This is what your haters. Oh, they're starting to grift for it now. They're saying they're starting to grift. Well, and I think Natalie promoting Trashy and Pearl Snappy. I think this is how it could be very successful. Cameras are the most dangerous thing for Scientologists. Just by the way they're hiding everybody, it's clear to me that the camera is a super effective weapon to just bring awareness and to shine light on what's going on and to build the smaller channels and to promote them. And if you get a couple hundred people in there, you're going to motivate a lot of people. If you get everyone wants to be heard. And so YouTube could be a monster and a beast, but it gives people an opportunity to have a voice. And when you have 200, 300, 400 people up on your channel right away when you're first streaming, it motivates that person to want to come out and do it again. So that's what needs to happen. And with super chats and little gifts and just comments and sharing on Twitter and all over the place, that will make the protest against Scientology very effective. And I think that Natalie's on the right track of promoting those small channels. And I mean, if you get a camera on every church of Scientology in the country, you're going to bring a lot of awareness to it, and they're going to give you content. There's no way that, they're already attacking and doing the copyright strikes and everything. So
and they just learned about all that. Like Scientology's so behind.
Like how they just learning about it. But I put out on an appeal. I appealed the copyright. They got me for the flag song a couple days ago. So I just did the appeal, the counter notification today.
Okay. Yeah. See, guys, isn't that crazy? And so this is why we're so like, when I'm telling you guys in my chat, when we're out there and we're doing the protests and stuff, I'm really serious when I'm like, thank you, I have to mute. And so I really do have to mute because this is literally right now Scientology's only weapon. And it is a weapon. They're using this as a weapon. So this is, look, and we're also documenting all this, guys. When and if there is more, civil court cases and things like this, class action lawsuits and stuff like that, then we're going to need all this information. We're going to need all this recorded videos of just constant, like, this is how a Sea Org member attacks a protester. This is how, you know what I mean? So it's really good. It's super. And it's also, guys, it's healing us. It's giving us all strength, and Ant's computer is farting constantly.
Is that my phone? I got two phones. I got way too many electronics. It's way too hard to keep everything powered up. And so if there's just a bunch of humming. I just kept hearing,
but maybe only we can hear it and not the whole world.
I think it's probably you.
Oh yeah, that's the bombshell one that I'm not going to blush on anymore. Thank you, fourth quarter Fern. Oh, whoops, just popped it up again. Good job, Lara. What is this? Going crazy question. Obviously, some lapdogs are against this. Do you think the Gov and others are behind them also? I mean, is it cult or CT, right? Has been going on way too long.
Is this for me?
I'm just wondering. Well, I know like we're learning that the LAPD obviously is very dirty and very involved in Scientology. There's certain people in the LAPD that are very much connected to Scientology and do not want to lose that connection for some reason, whatever that is, whether it be money, whether it be the off gigs, you know, the off job gigs they get at these events for $5,000 an event or whatever they're being paid. I'd like to see that. We should be able to see all these records, but this is all government. Everything is government, right? Karen Bass, like there's so many people that could be doing a lot more to stop Scientology. They have full right. They have like so much control over this other than us little ant protesters trying to chop down the predators. It's like the little ants are just all coming. Yeah, it's going to take a bunch of us and eventually we'll take it down. But at the same time, it would just be better if the people holding the structure up of the predator would just let go and start being like, all right, the government's not supporting this anymore.
Well, that is what Scientology has focused on, is being part of groups, being influencers, monetary influencers to different organizations. And the government, when you say government, it's a very general term. There's all sorts of different government. You have your state police, you have your local sheriffs, you have your city commissioners, you have zoning things, and you have all sorts of different levels of. So is all the government corrupt? It's parties, and they're comfortable because they have money or influence, and you have to get more money and influence to get them out of that position. And I do think that I think Aaron's arrest really exposed a lot of the connections with Scientology and LAPD, that you could be attacked and then charged with a felony and told numerous times that, hey, if you do this, we're going to charge you. And you know, some people with the whole Solomon being arrested, they're like, well, he wasn't under arrest. You know, they had him in handcuffs, but it was detained. Well, Aaron was never really arrested then either. They had him in cuffs, but they are going to claim that he wasn't arrested either. So I think that was a good situation for exposing the church and their ties to LAPD. And they keep coming, and they were there yesterday twice. We saw them shake hands yesterday. I forgot about that. We weren't live on either of our phones, but
and there was some other. Again, the Squirrel Squad, not the major Squirrel Squad members, but there were, you know, the ones that are coming up. They're coming up in the ranks.
The little squirrels.
They're joining the other cult. No, these are just the other. They were just funny. And we also joke around a lot about the actual living squirrels. There's actual squirrels on L. Ron Hubbard Way, running across L. Ron Hubbard Way. As you saw Foxy chasing the cats and the squirrels the other day, and every time she's there. But it's just so funny because the Squirrel Squad thing happened because they put it out in a media report. Like, they're just a bunch of squirrels or whatever, you know, the Squirrel Squad. And Squirrel, by the way, the Squirrel Squad and that whole thing started because L. Ron Hubbard writes policy, solid, you know, the laws of Scientology says that anybody altering Scientology technology or L. Ron Hubbard's policies are squirrels. They're squirreling with the tech. So that's why they call them. It's funny, you know, that they're literally called the Squirrel Squad, and it just makes it all better.
In my protesting out in DC, I did tell you this, but my protesting out in DC, some of the people that were with me were the squirrels, and they became my arch enemies and started talking about eating my mom's cat, and, you know, they actually were talking about raping my mom and everything. So it's odd for me to be part of. I don't know if I'm officially part of the squirrel team yet, but
you are. You're part of we're all little squirrels auditing these guys. We're just auditing. We're all little squirrels running around getting information and documenting. So it doesn't matter. There could be other types of squirrels, but you're definitely part of the LA protest Scientology Squirrel Squad.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm looking for a nice squirrel onesie. So if anyone, and I don't mind it being a little short and a little tight, because it's even awesomer when you get a big guy in a tight little onesie.
But you got some plump right now, so they better make sure it fits. Yeah. It has to fit, so it's not
it's funnier though when it's nice and tight. It's
Oh, sorry, this is cute. We can hear his phone, but it's okay. Oh, because we're learning and loving. JK in Toronto, thank you, sweetheart, for your $6.99. $6.99. It's only $6.99. But yeah, see, they can hear the ding. It probably woke everybody up in the chat, so that's good.
Learning and loving, learning and loving.
Learning and loving with you. Deanna Ross. Hi, honey bunch. And I love your little orange hearts and your goldenrod yellow hearts. Thank you for your super chat, sweetie. That's so supportive and loving. Love, love, love. Did I already put this up? Chi-Town native, you are always so sweet and here enjoying your content. Keep it up. Thank you, darling. Darling, darling.
This is my kitchen. It's in the back of the van. You guys didn't see the kitchen in the back of the van?
Everyone, remember our young lady special day is coming up. Let's send lots of love to Lara. Continue to fight as we all can see how the cult of Scientology is going down day by day. Thank you, Chi-Town native, you angel babe. And thank you for putting that up there. That's very sweet.
Happy birthday to you.
It's not my birthday yet. You guys can't go out of line yet. No. And also, Lara being born on my B-Day makes me so happy. Is it meditating with love? Meditating with love. When is your birthday? Because my birthday is actually February 12th, but my birthday party and the show is February 8th at Molly Malone's Irish Pub, in case you guys didn't know. So when is your birthday? Is it the 12th or the 8th? Either way, you're an amazing Aquarius, obviously, I can see. Okay, so if you guys have any questions while we're chit-chatting, as Mandy's telling you a million times, just put big in caps, put question, and then ask your question. Like this. There should be a question, Jenna, in front of the where is Foxy? Foxy, come here. She's been
I hate rolls.
Foxy, come here. The chat wants to say hi to you. Come. She's like barreled herself in her.
Woof, 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 woof. I figured I could talk to her. I guess
buried herself in. No, you're just woofing in everybody's ears.
Woof, woof.
Okay, Fox, are you gonna come say hi to the chat? She's just staring at me, guys. She wants to. She's stretching. Okay, she's stretching.
Like, what's this weirdo want from me?
They want to say, come on. Oh, up.
Leave me alone.
Look at the baby. She's literally, she was just all snuggled and snuggled. It's almost party time for me and Foxy soon. It's going to be birthday party time. Ew, she licked me right in my mouth. Okay, so Jenna, here you go. So now you guys know. When you have questions, just put question before the where is Foxy.
Can I answer this question?
Yeah.
All right, D.O.A, do you think we as protesters can do a better job instead of going around these buildings? We should get a huge group and march to City Hall and let them hear us. Well, I think that going to City Hall is one of many, many, many options that you could do to protest. I think that everyone will start. People are going to get tired of certain things, so you're going to have to spice it up. And I think when people start spicing it up is when it's going to escalate the protest. And every action is important if it's going to City Hall but a lot of that takes some boots on the ground, and sometimes just showing up and turning the camera on is the beginning. And adding chalk, I'd like to do like some flyers and like put up like where's Shelly or call your family and put them on all the posts. We could do some wheat paste. There's so many different media forms that you could protest. And the politicians going and yelling at the politicians usually doesn't work. But it's one of many. There's so many different things that everyone could do, but there's only so many of us, and so it's all about the numbers, really.
Question, Sissy, did Scientology harass you when you left? When I left, I was still trying to get back in good standings with Scientology. So there's a whole game thing that goes down here, guys. People don't just leave. They don't just like, oh, now that you got finally approval, you've, told us all your itty bitty sins and everything you've ever done and possibly wrong in your life or any feeling or anything you must have had, right? So then you get into outside world and you're sent out to the outside world with a program, with a bill called the freeloader bill, and with amends and stuff that you have to do to get to be back in good standings with Scientology. So like I had to do all this to get back in good standings with Scientology to be able to really start talking to my mom and dad again, because they were in the Sea Org. So I wasn't allowed to be somebody who wasn't proving that I wanted to be a hardcore Scientologist. So I had to do all that. So when I left the Sea Org physically, I still was a Scientologist in this outside world. And then I did everything I needed to do, paid my freeloader bill, did my lower conditions and all the things I needed to do to make up amends. And during the end of that, I started to realize like there was so many little things that I was like, I'm not a Scientologist anymore. This is crazy. Oops, sorry. So it took many things. It's layers. It's not just, but yeah. So now that I've been protesting and speaking out about it, yeah, they definitely have people trying to, follow me and da 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 da. And I don't care. I record everything they do. What's so funny, Aunt?
Stop yelling at me.
I tell him that all the time when I'm messing up on something. I say, don't yell at me. Don't yell at me. I'm trying to fix it. Don't yell at me. Wait, what were you actually laughing at, though?
I'm not telling.
Funny? Okay,
maybe.
Will you live stream your concert on the 8th? Yes, the answer, but just in case others don't know, yes, I definitely will be live streaming it. Yes, I will. But hey, Scotty, you did something where you only let people that are subscribed to you watch a certain video. There's an option that you can do that?
Yes, your mod, if it's a managing mod, they could change the people who could comment on your chat. So
anybody can watch it.
Yeah, anyone could watch it, but only certain people could only like subscribers can comment, and you could do like 24-hour or in a minute or 5 minutes. So even your haters, it's good for your haters. They'll give you the sub, and it helps with the algorithms. So yeah, it's a thing of a moderating mod. You could do that. Okay,
cool. Good. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Okay. Question: were you able to make contact with the man you were able to win over last week? He followed me on Instagram and he's liked a few of my things, and I'm gonna remind him when the date comes closer to come to the show, so he can kind of get some sort of support.
You courting some stranger out in the wild?
Yeah, remember, you were across the street actually when this happened, but I was filming somebody that was in the parking lot and they were sitting in their car. And I felt like he was just like a little spy security guard or somebody sitting in the freaking park, like watching us. And so then I was with LA Cam and this other guy that just showed up. He was a fan that night and was like, "Oh, Lara FM, I want to come. Are you going there now?" And I was like, "Going live," And so then, so he was there, and I was talking. I was like, "Dude, this guy's in the parking." I said, "I would."
Sorry, people are calling. I should have put my phone on silent, maybe.
Yeah.
Is this what the professionals do?
He's a professional, guys. Just that protesting.
Yeah, I'm a professional bullshitter, I guess.
Oh yeah. So, anyways, the point is I'm going to invite him to the show. He has my contact. I also want him to kind of hear what I said. He'll, we'll see what happens, but we'll see. I can't predict everybody's future, right? Oh my God!
I love that you were a beatbox. That you do your own beatbox.
I do that, and I use a lot of my vocals for like, wow wow, and I have like this weird like spring in this wow 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 wow. So I was like making these weird noises for singing in my head and all these songs.
I'm not impressed by much, but when I randomly asked her if she'd been to Electric Forest, and she said that she actually performed not on one of the small stages, on one of the main stages, I was like, wait a minute, you're telling me you're kind of a big deal? I was like, damn, that's cool. That was cool. I don't know. I was impressed by the fact that she played on one of the main stages at the Electric Forest.
Yeah, that was really fun. It was with one of my best friend's bands, Madame Gandhi, and I was on tour and I was touring with her, like helping her tour and manage the band and all the trips and driving and the gas and fucking everything. And I was doing backup singing vocals with her and I was like her best friend. So it was just like a lot. It was just a lot. It was like so much constantly, but it was so fun and it taught me so much about the world and it taught me so much about people and like other big artists and everything. And it wasn't to me, I felt like there was other big shows that I've done that it was just funny when I said that you were like, what? I was like, okay, I guess that was like a little forest of little.
No, like, yeah, the
fun.
forest is just an amazing place. Here, I'm gonna hoodie girl D.O.A question. Are you not seeing our questions because you're so memorized by Lara? You figured it out, hoodie girl. You figured it out.
Wait, so how am I able to, I'm surprised that you're not able to pull up any questions or whatever.
I don't know how this works. I've never shared. Can I push the button? Can I pull them up?
Yeah, try
at the same time.
Try it. Can you? Can you click on something and does it pull it up or no?
No.
That's so weird. I wonder. Okay, that's so weird. You should definitely be able to do it. Maybe
Scientology is playing some weird trick.
Mandy, my mod. Maybe Mandy will know how to do that. I don't know. I don't know.
I've never done a shared stream where it's like streaming to my platform at the same time.
Okay. Well, I'll figure it out next time. Super Pup, guys.
Right.
Hold on.
Wait, guys, wait. Why does everyone want to be a matchmaker?
Guys, just
mind your business.
Okay, wait. Super Pup, you need to calm your chat, Scotty.
Get under control, chat. You're out of control.
Super Pup, I got your packages literally an hour before I went on this live stream. I went and picked up. So literally Fox has her new outfits for us when we're going on our little trips. We have a yellow one, an orange one. And thank you, Super Pup. Foxy, hope these fit. Kiss hug, Super Pup, Auntie Erica. Thank you so much, you angel babe. You're so fun. And me and Scotty were saying, isn't it so fun to receive gifts? Like, I don't know why. Why did we stop sending gifts? Like, do kids stop getting gifts all of a sudden? Once you're old, you just don't get cool gifts randomly? Like pineapple glasses and stuff? Anyways, thank you, Super Pup.
You guys are out of control. Is your sound off?
Sorry, yep. I was just seeing if there's any more questions that I already there's starred questions. I answered that one. Good job. Okay, guys. So if you have questions for Scotty, I'm just gonna have to pick them as well. I just didn't I thought you were able to pull up your own questions. Otherwise, I was just seeing questions for Lara, and then my mod pulls up some.
I'm watching the questions. There's a lot of matchmakers in here trying to be matchmakers.
Question: I wonder what flag they are singing about. It doesn't mention stars or stripes nor America.
Is there an actual Scientology flag?
No, just like Sea Org. Like, yeah, they have the Sea Org emblem printed on a flag or whatever. But no, they don't have their own. But flag is what they call the headquarters in Clearwater. And so it's like the higher training level. You have to go specific. You have to pay more money and everything when you go to flag to get flag auditing. Like it's higher, better trained, high quality, real golden age of tech auditing. It's really dumb. But anyway, so when they say flag is here and you're in a Scientology org down in Los Angeles and they're repeating this song, it's just because they have it copyrighted and they're using it as a weapon to stop people from exposing them.
Are Scientologists against the American flag? Like, do you do like the Pledge of Allegiance or anything?
Nope, not at all.
Only there's no like nationalism or anything.
No, it's only for PR. It's only for PR for like the outside world to think, oh yeah, look we serve our police, we care about our. But no, they're totally against the military and all that because they want to have their own military. They want people to not be joining the military. They want them to be joining the Sea Org.
Because they are some weird military. Is flag an acronym?
Flag is, it was I don't know, actually. I should know this, but it's like, trust me, it's just all these little fucking words. Sometimes I forget. But flag, there is something with it. And there's even a whole like policy letter or reference on why he calls it flag. And oops, I just
I'm going to answer this question.
Are you down at the bottom? Where are you? Maybe I'll just
kind of. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just picking what I'm seeing. Do you think we're slowly seeing the decline? Yeah,
got it. We both read it at the same time.
Damn, you got it, man. We on the same wave. Do you think we're slowly seeing the decline of Scientology due to the protests on all these platforms? Also, amazing work from you too. I believe so, but I believe in like some ambitious things. I believe that that there could be food force in every community, and there's no homeless people, and they're just eating apples and oranges off of the trees and picking berries, and just an abundance of fruit. And so that's my belief. Will it ever happen? I'm not sure. I do think that the more craziness you film, the more people are watching them moving those people across the street from the one building into the parking garage. I can't see many people watching that type of content and being like, this is normal. And I think the more people who see that, like, I didn't know all that was going on. I didn't know, like, all this Scientology stuff has been like eye-opening to me and a lot of my channel, like, and they've jumped in fully on board on the whole Scientology thing, and it's very addictive. And it's something that last year when I was protesting, people were very addicted to the streams and to the parasocial relationships that develop between the streamers, and then the relationships that develop within the chat. And there's a whole community of people. And I think that I don't know. It's ambitious to think that us small ants could shut down this huge church, but actually, this is a question for you then, Laura, because I'm curious what you think. What do you believe? Do you believe, what would be your end goal?
I have never. Okay, I'm gonna say three things. The people who did this before us, who had the balls to fucking do shit like this in the late 70s, 80s, 90s, when Scientology was getting stronger and more, more of a group, bigger. That's one thing, because even now we're protesting now, doing it in a whole different way than the protesters did in the past, because we're now protesting. We're now the children that used to come up with these insane ideas and ways from OSA, ordered by OSA. Though this is how you're going to treat the protesters now, and this is what you're going to try to egg them on to do. And you know what I mean? So it was like, now we're protesting without any of those. We're kind of seeing like, how can we really get to the Sea Org member, or how can we say something so dramatic and piercing to a Scientologist that they're going to go to sleep holding the e-meter in their freaking hand, going like, I can't believe she just told me the end results of OT5, and and now I'm just reading and I am paying all this. Like, there's so many things. We've never ever seen the results of the protesting we're doing right now. There's protesters that have been doing this. Angry Gay Pope, Nasty
Nathaniel,
Tori, what's her name? Tori, Steve Mango, Doug Kramer, all these people. There have been people way before this. There's Jenna Miscavige. Jenna Miscavige wrote, here, guys, let me show you this book. Jenna Miscavige wrote this book almost how long ago, guys? Let's see. By the way, it's Jenna's birthday too. I remember she's an Aquarian too. I think her birthday is in a few days or something. So anyways, guys, she wrote this book 2005, maybe 2005, guys. What are we in? 2024, guys. So Jenna, this is for you, my sweet angel. I love her so much. She is the niece of the current leader, David Miscavige. And she's been through freaking, as we all, hell and high water, emotionally, physically, spiritually, just everything. So go get her book. You can find it. Her book's called Beyond Belief. But anyways, this is what I'm saying. Thank you for your awesomeness, David Christie. It's definitely declining, and it's so amazing and joyful to watch it. And the way that, whatever ways, like you said, Aunt, the ways that people protest are the ways that people protest. And we learn from it as you do it. You don't just assume this is how it's going to happen. And if you do it like this, then it's going to go this way and everything's going to be great, because that never happens.
No, people are going to have to go to jail. There's going to be some arrests from the people filming. Besides Aaron, I mean, for the amount of police have come out, it's amazing there hasn't been a second arrest. But there will be arrests, and those arrests will bring more awareness.
Yeah, and KD214, thank you, sweetheart. Lara, it's true. Is it true pedos paid more to get audited by kids? Okay, in Scientology, you wouldn't call them pedos, and you wouldn't call it kids. So think about that. You wouldn't call an auditor a pedo, and you wouldn't call the person receiving the auditing by a kid a pedo in Scientology. You don't even use that word. You don't use RAP, rape, in Scientology. You don't use any of these words. You use out 2D. You use aberrated. When an adult is aberrated, when an adult is interested in a younger child, they're just aberrated, and they just need auditing to get it fixed. So yes, there were people who chose, it was easier to get off their gross pedophilia with a younger underage child. Somehow they were able, this auditor, this young child was so ethical enough to pull this deep information out of this old man or this woman or whoever it was. We, as children, as auditing ethics officers and everything, that had to know how to sec check and pull withholds, you definitely damn right did get audited by children. In fact, it was looked upon even better at flag if you were audited by a minor, because they were so pure and just already knew the tech and have been trained their whole life. They're not interested. Anyways, I'm going on a roll, but yes.
All pedos should go into wood chippers. Just my own personal opinion. This is not a threat. Just what I believe the punishment should be.
I'm not going to say I agree or disagree, but I do agree with the intensity of society waking up and seeing, like, once a pedo, always a pedo. Like, that really is a thing. And anyways,
we were talking about your friend. What was her? Marina, who was just on Down the Rabbit Hole yesterday.
Miriam Francis.
Yeah, Miriam, and who was the other guy that she's making the claims against?
Her father.
No, not her father, but the
Mike Rinder, who wasn't giving her information to put her father in. He basically, Mike Rinder knows information and he's OSA, whether he wants to deny that or belittle it or make it small or say he didn't. He has all this information. He created OSA. It doesn't matter if he was in ethics trouble at the time or he was digging trenches and wasn't no, he knows about all this. He's protecting his ass, and it's not okay. Yeah,
and if he hid what was happening from her father, there is no like, oh, you just turned against Scientology, so now it's okay. There has to be accountability for hiding and protecting someone who has abused a child. There really shouldn't be any thought to that at all. That should just be like common sense.
Well, I think the thing is, if I mean, I need to go get more and more therapy, and I know it's even gross. To me, it's like, ugh, I need therapy to be a better person. No, people need to change this thought. Therapy is giving me back the person that I always wanted to be, who I feel like I am, who I strive to be. So it's not like it's belittling, or it's literally getting me out of stuck shells. So I need to go back into therapy, because you guys on this SPTV channel are really giving me my own therapy and distracting me from going to actual therapy.
Will B's question, D.O.A. question.
Hold on. I'm going to remove this. Thank you, D-Car, for your super chat. My daughter played college volleyball with a Scientologist, and she tried to get her to join, and I looked it up in 1996 how bad it was, and she stayed away. Good. Fucking, you literally saved her life. That's all I wanted to say. These little things like, oh, you didn't let her go? Good. You saved her life. Sorry, go ahead. And also, is this the one you were saying? Do you make yourself merchandise in the future?
I don't like branding or self promotion, so. No. I did have merch before. I don't like the feels, and some of the activists out in DC, some of the activists like me because I was not selling merch, and I would have not been accepted into the group if I was selling merch, because they're pretty like extremists in the sense that, you know, an activist doesn't ask for merch, which I don't believe that to be true, but that's what they believed. I'm weird about like self-branding. I did have it. I had coffee cups and calendars and everything. And I don't know. Me personally,
excuse me,
really
coming from the person who was talking crap about me having an issue with self-branding, and look, he comes out and he's like, I don't like self-branding.
Did I tell you I was kind of a hypocrite? At least I could admit it.
There you go. Here, okay, yeah, I'll go back down to that. Sorry. Flag was the ship of the that the Commodore traveled on. That's right. So the first ship was actually called Flag, or the Apollo, or something like that. So it comes from that. Anyways, yeah. Okay, what was the question? I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna pop it up. Will be right here. Lara FM question. Oh, D.O.A. Wait, can you describe the key factors or experience that led to your decision to leave Scientology? I'll get there 1 second. And the same one, right? It was from Will.
Yeah, will be 8 p.m. D.O.A. question. How has this experience changed your life considering your previous work? And as part of it, how's Laura affected you? Well, Laura, I'll start with the second question first. Laura affected me because when I came and yelled at that guy, she immediately went into empathy and compassion for some man who just attacked her. And I was ready to heckle the shit out of him for as long as he was out on that sidewalk. I would have followed him for blocks to heckle him. And she stopped me. And because she's what I took from what you had said about the situation, that you kind of saw your father in him. And these people, not everyone's complicit with the crimes of Scientology. A lot of them don't know what the crimes of Scientology are. And they have been brainwashed, and deep down, they very well could be very good people. And so to have empathy and compassion for the people, even when you're protesting them, is, I think, the way how you could possibly end the Scientology, or to save people, to wake them up, to be like, hey, it's time to get out of it. And and then for the first question, like, I guess I've been training for this, getting my chat together and the people and going through the experiences to be the best protester that I can be, and to try to help influence others to be good protesters by leading by example. So that's my answer to that question.
Yeah, and then also, and he said, how's Lara affected you? So can you answer that? Thank you. Just kidding.
I answered it already. Goldenrod.
No, I was gonna say I thought Wilby also asked how have you affected me, but I feel like I've already answered that. I told everybody I liked you right off the bat. I think I actually, when I first saw you, people don't know, I saw you at the testing center, and in Hollywood, and I was just, but there were so many people out there. There's so many people, new people coming into it, and so I first saw him, and the first thing I felt right when I saw him, he was filming and stuff, was fun. He's just a stable, like, you know, fun little fuzzy bear, or whatever you want to call it. And he just felt like kind of humble. You do feel kind of humble, and that's like very attractive for the majority of people, humans. They're like, oh, here's like a humble guy that's really here to just document, and he's not afraid. That's the thing, is like, people get worked up around you sometimes, and you just keep filming, and you're like, dude, man, look at yourself in the mirror. You are literally getting more and more angry as you speak.
Get the content. Get that goat. I find the adrenaline I get from filming someone when they're angry and not being angry myself, I live for those moments. I'm addicted to it. It's weird.
Yeah, it's interesting. Well, it also is like it heals and fixes things. Like it heals something that you're like, and then once you kind of see the same thing over and over, you're kind of going like, huh, this is kind of what Scientology
It's
creates.
same
These
pattern,
people.
and it's
Yeah.
just get it out, get it all out.
Quest, Lara. I like that. Nancy Drew.
Ooh.
Nixon cult got taken down by ex-cult members by going to New York Times and FBI, and leader is in prison for in for life within 2 years of investigation. Why so hard with cult to Scientology? Love you both. So we are getting these lawyers, and we have been reporting things to the New York Times and all these things, and these reporters spit out half the truth or only the part that they can share without getting their, credentials on the line or whatever it is. So this is the thing, these YouTubers and the TikTokers and people just being there filming these, just the normal routines and the boring behavior of Sea Org members and their routines during the thing, that is exposing them. You're talking about little steps. We're not going to use the New York Times or the FBI. They clearly are taking way too long. So what we are doing is what we're doing. We're exposing people. And even this thing with Miriam talking about Mike Rinder, this isn't the first thing with Mike Rinder. Mike Rinder has a lot on his plate that he needs to show up and be accountable for. And it's going to make him feel a lot better when he does. There's no reason in my book that I would hide any information from anybody like Miriam asking for, like evidence literally to get her father herself justice for what happened. That is just like and so it continues this, the PTSD, the somebody mentioned in here earlier, like, I forget what it is, but it was something like, do they constantly use that syndrome, that the something syndrome? And yes, they do. You do fall into this like panicky thing. Like, oh my God, is that old man running towards me? Do I need to steam up and like really protect myself? So it's taking time, but guys, this is the year 2024, man. Protesting Scientology was not the same as it was 5 years ago, even. So
we got this.
Yeah. Can you verify that Debbie Cook was? No, I can't. I'm not. I don't. I left 2003, so I can't verify all that. And I wonder what she was doing. Anyways, that's a random thing. Sorry. Question. Go ahead. Do you need to say something?
They're concerned about me being in the kitchen. Is that am I not allowed to be in the kitchen?
Hey, he might need a snack or something.
I don't eat much.
I don't eat much. I have to live in the kitchen. Question: where is L.R. Blubber's relatives? All in Scientology? Any alive? Yes, he definitely has relatives alive. And then some are in Scientology still. Very few, I imagine. And then most of them are either declared themselves. L. Ron Hubbard declared some of his own family members, or they've passed away. There's a lot. You should, before I take this question off, you should research L. Ron Hubbard's family members. Just type in, what's his grandson is a poet. Forget his freaking thing right now, but yeah, just look up his family members and you're going to start to really see the structure of the Hubbard family. Okay. What?
I just wanted to make some beatboxing noises. Just seemed fitting.
To close up the airspace.
Yeah.
Question. Whoops. I already did that one. I did that one. Good job. Thank you guys all for your sweet chit chat supports and all this. This is so fun. I was approached at college in 1989 while waiting for the bus. Wow. So I would have been 4 years old. Look at me. Thank you for that, Brenda. You sweetheart angel baby sugar buns. There's a financial question here. Scotty, if you have any questions, tell me, or if somebody's there and you want to answer something in the chat. When speaking about donating protesters, I can't financially afford to be there. These protesters could be arrested. What I can do is chip in a bit so that they can afford to do that. That's a really cool thing. Accountability now.
Well, and it's either time or money. and people spend time to get money, but if you're not sharing or liking or talking, dropping the links in other content creators things to give them awareness, you could help by sending money.
Literally,
Everything
it's so
helps.
simple. We're so stuck. Our whole world and society is so stuck on the control of money and how much we rely on money and how much it means to relationships. And do you love me? Are you going to help me? Are you going to loan me this money? So it's this, money can get kind of dirty. Money changes things,
How did this change from Hubbard's crazy view into what it is today? On not having accountability. How did this, the D.O.A. question, how did this change from Hubbard's crazy view when it started or something? Yeah, when it started, I think is what he said. What it is today. Accountability. If you don't have accountability for your actions, and people know that you don't have accountability for your actions and that you could do things of violating children or women, you're going to continue to do it unchecked. Mm-hmm. And if you have decades and decades of that behavior being hidden, you're breeding and cultivating an environment for psychos, basically, who can prey on people that don't have the knowledge or the ability to get away. And so that I don't know if it was meant to be the way it was created, but what it's become is there's been no accountability for anybody.
Yeah, and also I want to add to that. How did this change from Hubbard's crazy views? Hubbard didn't have views. Hubbard wrote laws for Scientology. Hubbard wrote, you must do this. You must ask these questions. A child should not feel uncomfortable if she's being kissed or, shown love by an older man. There's gross things that L. Ron Hubbard wrote himself. It doesn't matter what kind of state of mind he was in at the time. It doesn't matter. L. Ron Hubbard make these permanent policies now for Scientologists today to demand and follow. And then yet David Miscavige is changing L. Ron Hubbard's policies when it's found to be illegal or not so quite great fitting for the outside world to view and see them, following and abiding by these things. So L. Ron Hubbard is garbage. His all of his crap is crazy and toxic, and it builds these groups and organizations into these, psychotic, very egotistical, narcissistic people. Literally, Scientology is building these people. So it didn't change from Hubbard's crazy view into what it is today. This is the outcome of L. Ron Hubbard's bull crap, garbage, cancerous, poisonous rhetoric, literally barf rhetoric. Just all I wanted to add to that. Sorry.
Well said. Well said. Goldenrod.
What is this? Question, D.O.A. What is your opinion of fluffy or nuttier sandwich? Yummy yum. I don't get that.
I don't know. Fluffier kinds of little fuzzy, like little furry type of weird stuff.
Yeah, they I don't know. I think that was a hidden thing. What is this? I remember watching LA's Cam's TikTok, and Scientologist said he spent $5,000 in less than a year. Damn, that's crazy. Yep. Easy in less than a year. Yeah, no, they're going to get you on everything. There's little courses and books, and then they push you through everything. So you're always on like, oh, I got to pay for the next thing. Oh, I got to save. Oh, so my next paycheck can cover the next course or whatever. It's really gross. And then you're spending your time and your evenings and all this stuff in the course room in Scientology's building. What do you need to interrupt me for?
Why not?
I just saw you going in. I was like,
well, they're talking about the fluffer nutter. I do know what fluffer nutter is. I don't like marshmallows, and it's like marshmallows and peanut butter or something.
Did LRH date a girl that Crawley liked? I think L. Ron Hubbard dated or he married somebody's wife, but I don't know.
Crawley's friend's wife. I forget what the name is.
You guys do the research and let me know.
Yeah, you do all the work. She'll take all the credit for it.
You do the work and let me know, and I'll let the world know.
Get to work, chat. get to work.
Who will take over Scientology if Miscavige dies? Miscavige is going to go to jail. He's not going to die. That's what, he needs to go to jail. That's the outcome. That's what.
Scavenge for cages.
And nobody's going to take over Scientology because Scientology will not be able to stand. It won't be able to stand when it doesn't have its pedophilia, laundering, human trafficking machine behind it.
Jack Parson is the friend of Aleister Crowley, and he, from what I've been hearing, Hubbard took his wife or girlfriend.
Yeah, definitely, and married somebody's like a month later too. Anyways, thank you, Brenda. Hi.
Hi.
I love you both, Lara and Ant-Man. Thank you both, Mr. Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Can you do like a straight routine with your beatbox? I know this is off Scientology thing, but
what do you mean?
Like, can you like do like a whole little riff with a beatbox?
Yeah, but I'm not doing that. That's only for recording. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna show you. I'm never gonna do that live.
Well, you don't want why? Because you make weird facial expressions or something when you're beatboxing, and then people are gonna like screenshot it and then make fun of you on the internet, make memes. Okay, fair enough.
Correct.
Fair enough.
Literally, L. Ron Hubbard pulled it out of his ass. That's what Serge says, and I love it. He's like, you guys are paying thousands and thousands of dollars, great, for knowledge that he just pulled out of his ass.
Hey, I mean, he's a con man. He's good at it. He's a successful con man.
That's cute, Mandy. Yes. Sorry, I'm reading my narcissism now. There's a study story a little bit on the screen. Yep. Catch up, honey bunnies. We're almost done. So what is your plan? I guess, is there any other questions or anything you want to say? I also wanted to ask you, what's your plan for, you know my plan. I'm going to be in LA protesting. I'm here doing things. So are you going to be around continuing to do this? I know you have to go off and do things at, you said in May or whatever for a little, but until then you think you'll be anting around defending?
Yeah, I think I want to be, I'm enjoying going to the beach and taking walks on the beach and enjoying LA for a bit. I know I'll get tired of it, but I do want to go to Austin opening, and I'd probably come back, but I have some commitments in May in Maryland and Pennsylvania that I have to do.
Cool.
So, but yeah, no, I wouldn't miss this for the world. This shit is awesome. Like, I don't think we've seen all the like, there's going to be some shit, man, because they're not getting outside. That cafe hasn't been open for days. They're being shuttled around. They're not seeing any sunlight. They're getting antsy. That incident with Laura, the goldenrod here, the guy was probably angry because he couldn't come outside, is what it appears what it was about. So if we continue, and I really think that we need to get like flyers out all around on all the posts and just make them uncomfortable in the neighborhood, because they're using the services and stuff around. Like, do you have to get like haircuts inside? I know you cut your own hair with like some
we just get
and everything, but like
we would just get the other Sea Org member or somebody that knew how to cut. Oh, can I get a haircut? Somebody would know how to cut, like a mom or somebody would know how to cut.
But like, do Sea Org members like go out and have dinner? Do they do
not without approval, not without like, I'm going to take time off to go get dinner, and here's my approval from my executives, and this is who's replacing me at this time, and I'll be making up my study time at this time. You have to cover and make up for anything you would have been doing during that time. So whenever you get permission to even get time off to go see family members that are non-Scientologists, all of it is approved, and you've had to get everything. It's a whole big deal to finally get approved for an LOA. That's what they call it, leave of absence, just like the military. They like to copy all that. But so yeah, you have to get permission for everything. You can't just, Amy said, is there a statute of limitation on child human trafficking and abuse? If not, are you organizing charges to come against Scientology and said person? We're learning about all this, guys, as we go. Like, I'm learning it all. And I don't think there's any statute about when it comes to children. I don't think so. We're learning all this as we go.
And I think that I think going after the organization as a whole is much more important than going specifically at individuals, because the organization is harboring those individuals. So you could go after the individuals and they'll just get new individuals to do what they want to do. So I believe that this church should be shut down completely. I don't care about no tax status or them taking away the tax status.
I'm very much with you. Serge wants to get rid of the, underage and everything, which I'm totally for. But I also want it all to go because it's all gross. But I do think the kids thing's absolutely the #1 first way to go, because we were all children in it, and it was horrible to have such control and suppression, literally feeling so squashed and not being able to do anything. Anything on a personal note, on any degree, creative, your own, nothing. There was nothing. So all of that is just so bad. It's so bad for a human brain, period. Like somebody just coming out of a world and not being born and structure, having it's kind of like, when a dog is stuck in a cage, they're still going to grow and become this dog. They're going to be deformed and look like a box when you get them out, if you let them stay in that box the whole time, so we're kind of trying to stretch out and get out of that box that we were just formed in for so long.
Don't put me in a box. Whatever you do,
it won't fit.
It's got to be a big box.
Okay. So I was also going to ask you, thank you for your chat, Amy. Amy Kimball. Isn't this funny? Kimball. Funny? Her last name's Kimball. And
like Kimball?
Because we were at Jimmy Kimmel and I kept messing his name up because you were just telling me about the new gimbal. And so I was like, it's Jimmy Kimball. And now it's Kimball. Hi, Amy Kimball. Thank you for your super chat.
Kimbals and Gibbles.
What type of religion charges money to learn about it and then tries to prosecute you if you leave? Scientology. So a religion that's given the status of a religion that's not a religion.
Did you actually were there actual like religious ceremonies? Was there any type of like
no, just routine, copied from outside world religion things, but graduations, I guess they would have Sea Org Day every year. There's a Sea Org Day ceremony where you get your ranking and your next all the fake ranks and all that, all your fake uniform, awards and all that. So it's all really made up. It's all garbage. So there's no real ceremony for anything because it's all garbage. You're not achieving shit. Do we know where the cult of Scientology invests? Do we know where Scientology invests or who invests in Church of Scientology shell companies like Narconon? Has anyone tried to protest these companies? We need to find out who they are, and then we expose them. And then anybody in the areas of those places know, then they go, oh, these are all the branches or the connections of Scientology. And then the people living in those areas can go protest them. And super easy. We make this a normal thing for all the Scientology buildings across all of the United States and across the world. But wherever there is a mission or any kind of BS
and you boycott. And that's another form of many forms of mediums for protesting to get change. So I think that's a very good thing to. I went to the Bridge Publishing building 2 days ago or 3 days ago, where they make the books.
Bridge Publications.
Yep.
And what did you see? Did you learn anything?
I just made a sign that said "Cult Books" and taped it to the front gate. And then it streamed for like 20 minutes. There was nobody there. It was like, and I was pretty far away, but yeah, but at least they know that I was there. Like just showing up has a lot of effect. Get that kitty.
Look at my pussy. Everybody just looked at the chat. She said, look at my pussy.
She's a little vulgar here, huh?
Meow. Hey, you got to be a little wild sometimes. Everybody controlling me, I'm going to go nuts. All right.
Don't mess with her box.
She just wants to play with me and hang out with me. And I told her I can't right now. She's like, okay, bye. Don't mess with my box. Don't mess with my box, guys. Paris Cashin, I love you so much. You guys that have been here forever in my chat, and for anybody new, make sure you guys like the thing, guys. You're supposed to be liking the video, and you're making sure, oh, I'm subscribed to Lara. Oh, I'm subscribed to Scotty.
I knew it had claws. Said, I knew it had claws, was Mike's comment. You're a kitty.
Yeah, he looked after. He's like, what? Where that pussy? That's funny. You must know some of these people because you're laughing internally with your little wispy laugh of deep joy. Lone Dinosaur 13. Hi, the tax status will lead the way to taking it all down. Yeah, I agree. And Lone Dinosaur, you're so cute. You've been in my chat forever too. Sin JT, did you get your shirt yet? My merch lady, guys, all of your orders have been shipped out today. Everybody has their merch items, all CDs. If you ordered a CD off my Bandcamp, you wanted the physical CD, all of them were sent out today. Scotty will know. He's my proof. He knows that was one of my missions today, was to get all my merch out.
Allegedly. She's definitely on. I don't think I went over to her place, and she doesn't have any clocks at her house at all. She doesn't believe in clocks or time. She kind of, I don't know if that's a Church of Scientology thing, if there's no clocks.
Oh no, they look at the clock all the time. They're like, what's the next time? How much time do we have?
So I think she protests the very core of clocks and time. Like, so here's a tip to anybody trying to plan with her. Timing is just give it time. Make sure you have a block of time, not just a very set time. And also I would just say don't even have a set time. Just kind of be chill with me, and she'll show up eventually. I'm learning.
But I'll show up with joy and pizza and with great things that will make you forget that I ever scheduled something and was late.
That's right. That's right.
Oh my God, that's so funny. So again, Mary Smith, Crystal, Amy Kimball, Jenna P. You guys are amazing.
She says, Laura, do you have black t-shirts? I'm an emo, and I don't think bright colors will agree with me.
Yes, honey, and so am I. Guys, I always wore black. I'm like, I love black because unless I'm trying to promote something or I want something vibrant and I'm feeling in that vibrant energy, which is perfect because I'm either wearing black or goldenrod. So look at these nails, guys. Look at these nails. So yeah, I do go to my website, lara.fm, and go to the more merch little, what do you call that? Like Polaroid thing. And click on the more merch, and then you can literally go down and you can scroll. There's a black long sleeve SPTV shirt, or you can get an SPTV shirt like this, but just black with the SPTV print on it. You can get it in goldenrod or whatever colors. I think white, black. My colors for Lara FM are goldenrod, black, and white, and a little hint of red because I love you all. I had to do that, guys. Question, Julie Barsky. I don't know who you are, but hi. I feel like I haven't not seen Julie Barsky. See, I'm really visual.
Hi,
do you know what Julie Barsky? Hi, Julie.
Look, I'm just saying hi to Julie.
Happy about Julie. Okay, question, Lara and Scotty. Would you consider a road trip together to Austin? It would be amazing content. Love you both. When is the road trip there? I mean, no. I mean, like when would you have to be in Austin? Did you just shake your head? No.
No, absolutely not. Yeah. No, nothing but love here. I think
like, no.
I think it's like the 22nd or the 24th. Does someone know the actual date? Yeah, February.
I work for sure on the 22nd, but then I think I'm off.
The ribbon cutting is on the 24th.
See, I don't know, guys. This is a good question, Julie. Let me think about all this.
I'll be there for sure.
That's so cool. Good job. Wow, good job.
I'll be there almost. I don't want to make a complete promise, but I'm going to do my very best to get there.
Good. Hell Gear, thank you. You're super sweet. Oh, dude, hold on, guys. Hold on. That's funny. Okay, I want children and hostages out and the word church forbidden. The cross off the top. Dude, Nikki, same. Like, that's what I want too, babes. Like, can we just remove that $1 million Scientology sign? That's a complete waste of people's energy in life and probably a lot of electricity. And can we get rid of the fake cross on the hotel? Like, who puts a cross on a hotel and all of a sudden it's a fucking church? So gross. Do you do that? Do we just put a cross on something and then all of a sudden it's a church?
Yeah, that's basically how it works.
Okay, so are you going to be protesting tonight? Are you going to be down down here? Look at Bubs. She getting
I'm not sure. I do want to go live for an hour or two tonight somewhere. I'm not sure if I'm going to go over to the Hollywood or on the Hollywood Boulevard, or I'm not sure.
But you do plan on going somewhere tonight?
Yes.
You do? Okay, I might come find you. I'll come find you if you go, if you do. Is that bad?
No.
Okay. Free Zunu Project wants to know if you have an email address.
Yeah, I really should be using my Defender of Ants email, but I'm tied.
Why are you not?
I don't know, because it's hard to break old habits, especially a habit of 20 years of using the same email address. So my email is allouthomeconstruction@yahoo.com. Don't ever make a very long business name when you're young, because you might be stuck with it forever. Try to use an acronym or something, because like D.O.A. so much easier. So it's allouthomeconstruction@yahoo.com.
Okay, good.
And I'm not the best with messages. It takes days for me sometimes. You might be luckier with smoke signals at times, but if I don't respond, send me another one and I will respond.
Okay, good. Now and it might take you a long time to type in his email, but you will eventually get there.
I'm testing your typewriting skills.
My kitty's name behind me is Bubs. Hi, Bubba. See, she knows her name. Hi, Bubbies. That's Bubs. And then her sister is Baby. And she has, she's like a goldenrod kitty that looks just like her, but a little bit smaller. She really was the baby of the batch. Don't get excited. That's funny, you guys. Why not? Why not? Why can't we get people excited? Made me look up at the TV. Yeah, you little perverts. Okay, good. I'm glad you guys are the people who are new to this chat and everything and listening. Thank you for being here. I'm sure you guys are asking great questions too. And like this one, roll me on. What does it say? Roll me on Kenobi.
Roll me one Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah,
That's fine. Roll me one. Oh, that's smart.
They're a pothead.
I'm new to all this, but loving what you guys are doing. Thank you. We're new to all this too. I'm new to all this. I'm new. I mean, I'm not new to making art and creating and being my wild stuff, but I'm definitely new to being on these live streams and hearing all the criticism and all the love and everything. So we love you guys, man. Lara, show D.O.A. and everyone your stuffed SPTV penis. Hey, it's Mr. Rodney to you. Do you want to see him with his jacket off? Should I do a little striptease?
Let's see it.
Why'd you stop? Isn't this just funny, guys? Okay, there's your new
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Look at those big, nice raunchy balls. Nice for grab it. Look at how, like, my hands are pretty big for women hands, and look at how big these balls are. Like my hands
That's
are
some ball handling skills.
But they're holding them.
Well done, Goldenrod. Well done.
You know, Rodney's like a cat. He likes to just like rub on by a little bit. There you go. Are you happy? Are you happy? HDT2 with your little lollipop. Oh man.
I'm
Now
so happy.
this is my resting point. Question: can Scientologists have personal pets? What is so funny? Are you reading something now?
Well, now we're talking about pets. Tell us about your kitties while you're holding the big old goldenrod.
Scientologists, if you're a Scientologist on the outside world, you're allowed to have pets, but you're not allowed to have pets and animals and stuff if you're in the Sea Org, which is exactly who we're protesting and filming and exposing. And, you know,
she's
really
having way too much fun with this.
I don't know what
you're taking away from the
what do you mean?
Sing a song with it. It's a good mic.
Hello, what do you mean taking away? This is Golden Rodney, guys. Do you know what the color of, you know why this is Mr. Golden Rodney? This is Mr. Golden Rodney King, all right? Because he is the King SP and he's got the biggest Rodney. No? You guys aren't happy?
This is kind of
this
awkward.
Is what happens when you guys bring up this situation. All right, that was fun.
Is this the first time she's pulled out the big goldenrod?
If you guys
is that the first time you've had the goldenrod out on the stream, or has this happened before?
No, I've definitely had it. I just haven't had it out in a while because we've been protesting so seriously, and so it just hasn't been. I was waiting for you to come here and really bring out the fun again.
The big old cock and balls. Okay, beautiful.
The big old G.
I'm glad I was able to bring that out here.
Nikki, hi honey, Lara, can I buy a CD of your music? Yes, you can. It's right here. Come and get it. Don't you think that would be cool if we could just be like, yep, here you go, and I hand it and you get it through the screen and it pops out on your side? No,
we need a safe word.
Is that what somebody says? Nikki, go to Bandcamp. You can go to my website, but and in my website there's a thing for Bandcamp or merch, like shop, and just go on there and it directs you to my Bandcamp. And when you buy a CD on there, I will send you the CD directly from.
Oh, Bandcamp's like an app. You were talking about that.
No, Bandcamp is not an app. Bandcamp is it's been there forever, and it was like when Instagram. Babs, can you stop?
She's easily distracted.
Well, when a cat is licking your leg, it feels weird, like sandpaper.
This is getting really strange now.
When you're strange. So yeah, if you want a CD, go to Bandcamp, since clearly everything is turning perverted in this conversation.
I have been to Bandcamp. I actually did some naughty things in Bandcamp.
Can we spam their social media pages with opposing views? Will it be an effective way to spread the word that is bad? I don't think so.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm sure it would, but listen, their media pages, nobody's viewing them. They're paying for
absolutely. You spam the shit and troll the shit out of every single Church of Scientology page and be relentless. And then when they shut you down, you change it, you get a new email and you get an alt account and you go and spam it some more. And because they're watching Jimmy Kimmel's page, Facebook page, after to see all the anti-Scientology things on there, that shit was amazing. That was funny. There's humor in that, and there's laughter, and like cancel culture could be good. Like cancel culture, like I'm surprised there's not more people in the gay community or the LGBTQ stuff that are out there protesting against the church because of their anti-gay message. And I really think that is a because of cancel culture and all that, that is a wedge that needs to be driven. And I mean, there should be rainbow flags all over that whole place just to piss them off. Yeah. So I don't mean to, I think
they're also very homophobic. They are 100% guys. I've had in like my own personal family members have said things directly right in front of me when I was out of the Sea Org and when I was here in this outside world. My father and my mom have said things and acted way around gay people or people they thought were gay and literally said the grossest things. So their minds think this is very normal. And for anybody they do like that is gay, they just sort of they reason with it and then say like, oh, well, they'll get auditing. They can get auditing and clean that up. Other than that, they're a great person. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, we can audit this gay out of you. Yeah. So here's one thing. Did I answer that last question? Sorry. Yeah, you did. Very good. I was like,
nice. I got it. I covered it.
Yeah. Why haven't all ex-Scientologists band together for a class action lawsuit against Scientology? I mean, number mean everything, and it would bring a lot of attention to the cult. Sorry, I took that away too fast. With your shield, the answer to that is there's not enough kids like me who have left, who aren't afraid, who have some sort of courage to do this. There aren't enough of us to sue. There's not enough us out. They're still stuck in there, or they're adults now in the Sea Org, and they're never going to leave, you know? So, and if there is enough of us, then what we're doing with SPTV is encouraging the people that are out to come out and start talking out legally about it. Like Miriam, she's literally going like, why am I not getting these things answered? When you start to search for the truth, you really start to get it, and things come out that you're not ready for, but at least it's the truth. And that to us as children who have been lied to our whole lives is kind of more amazing than continuing to hear the BS, even if it's hard to hear. So yeah, so when we get there, we will. I'm sure there's plenty of us. And also, what would the class action lawsuit bring? Money? We're not interested in money. We're literally interested that no other children can do this again. And yeah, paying us millions for the facts, for anything that we might have difficulty with for the rest of our lives. Yes. Like, so it's, yeah, Scientology just needs to be taken down. I can't even get over that, over and more and more and more. Right? Don't you agree?
Yeah. Yeah. What specifically was the straw that broke the camel's back for you?
There wasn't a specific thing. But at the end, I was trying to tell my dad, look, I'm not a Scientologist anymore. And is there any way you can still be my dad and be in the Sea Org and live your life, and I'll do mine? And that originally was okay. But then he kept getting pushed. No, she's anti, you know, she's talking out. Or she's saying, and he was basically, they were telling him it's not okay for me to just be the artist and just be the kind of not so out. They were saying no, like she has to be a Scientologist, and it's not okay for her to publicly be open about not being a Scientologist. And then I just felt, and I'm doing art and music, and I was in my first band, Little Red Radio. And we were like a party band, traveling and doing everything on our own. And so it just felt like, I don't really want it. I don't care. I don't want to be a part of that anymore. I'm doing all these other fun things. I don't want to have to report into the org or come in if somebody writes a report on me. And then I started smoking a little bit of marijuana greens, and I finally started to think for myself, literally.
Were you all paranoid the first time you smoked weed?
Yeah. And I threw up and had the spins because I was drinking wine and all of it. Learned it all. Narconon tried to open in the country I live near Camp David, was denied by county. Oh, the county. Narconon tried to open in the county I live near Camp David. Do you know where Camp David is?
No.
Okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad the county denied it. They probably are like, nope.
Yes. No, I do know. That's in it's in Maryland. Yes, I do know. Sorry, I didn't see whose comment that was. That's in Maryland. That's in Rockville. Rockville? Is it Rockville?
Louisiana? No. I don't know.
No.
I thought of Nashville. Somebody's asking you, Peggy Peg is asking a question, where in MD will D.O.A. be in May?
I'm going to be in May. I'm going to be in Hershey, Pennsylvania. I'm house sitting for a friend. And then I have that last question. I owe him a bathroom because he got me out of a cage. He spent a whole bunch of money to buy a lawyer to stop all the frivolous restraining orders that were filed against me. And so I owe him a bathroom. So I am going to house sit. And then after I'm done house sitting, I'm doing a small bathroom. And I'm not looking to do any bathrooms. You have to be very, 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 very special for me to come and take your toilet off your thing. I don't like handling anybody else's shit.
Whoopsie. I was gonna say you must have been gone. You have to have gone to jail for me and bail me out for me to be changing your toilet.
Yeah. No, it's very you're a very special person.
Wait, what's your
toilet?
What's your email?
My email?
Yeah, you said your email was
out home construction at Yahoo.
So he is not doing any home construction unless you're paying him or you bailed him out of jail.
I'm really good at what I do, but I hate doing it. I'd much rather be sitting in here talking about Lara stroking some big golden penis.
Yeah.
This is what I want to be doing instead of sanding drywall and pulling shitty ass toilets.
Oh man, don't we?
Yes, that Hershey, Pennsylvania is where the Hershey factory is, and it's actually pretty cool. They have a bunch of the street lights have Hershey Kisses. They're Hershey Kisses.
Oh, that's cute. It's like all Candyland or something.
Yeah, kind of. My mom used to tell me when I was little that if I didn't behave, that I wouldn't go to Candyland. So I'd be sitting in the back of the house looking for a ladder to come down from the clouds because I thought it was like gold, like bricks of chocolate roads, and so I never got to Candyland.
When did the regulars start protesting? The regulars. What are the regulars? Who are the regulars?
Well, I've been
or who?
Yeah, there's been a lot of auditors over the years. I've seen tons of auditors go through to the Scientology buildings.
Yeah. Yep.
I think specifically
just of everything the last like 6 months. I think everything getting exposed, people talking on their channels about everything, the SPTV community, people, I think it's just a bunch of things. Yeah. So do you think there are people inside about to break out because they hear you outside? That's what we're hoping. That's literally what we're hoping. Yeah, I hope so. And the worst that's going to happen is they're going to stay in there. It's not like they're going to stay in there more because of what we're saying. No, that's actually not. So anybody who's saying that is completely BS. We're literally planting any seeds that would maybe get them to freaking start thinking about the normal continued brainwash situation that they're in. Hi, Pearl Snappity Snap. Question at Lara FM. If I play L. Ron saying the Xenu speech on live, would they decline to copyright because they I don't think they would have to show that they own the copyright for that. I don't know. Why don't you give it a try?
Yeah, you could take one. You got 3 copyrights, so
I don't know. Actually, Pearl Snappy, I like you, and I don't want you to. You're doing such a good job, and I don't want to interrupt that. Look at me. I'm muting every second I even hear the song because I just don't want it to be on.
A good thing would be to alter it and make it your own. So add content to it, add music to it, or add to it. Make it, because when you add to it becomes your original content.
Yeah, so. Pearl Snappy, just change it 30%. That's very smart. Change it 30% because I think that's the legal thing. But you can literally just make his voice like.
I dare you to change it 29% just to be an asshole.
So they have to really pull you in and file it. They'll be like, YouTube's like, well, there's about 29%. Like, well, what percentage of that is 30%? How much of that is 30%? What is 30% off of changing art anyways? The voice, the visuals, what is it? Oh my God. Okay, guys. So if you're gonna, what time is it now? Guys, it's almost 6 o'clock here, 6 p.m. in Los Angeles time.
I'm pretty spent.
I'm pretty spent. And if I'm going to do anything tonight, later in a few hours or whatever, in terms of protesting, I want to reset and walk Foxy and all that.
Foxy lady.
Foxy lady. Is there anything else you want to say before I end this session? Just kidding.
I think you're amazing.
Oh, thank you. Okay, guys.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for everyone coming and listening to us ramble.
Yes, ramble with ramble awesomeness. These are funny questions. Is there a man smaller than Davey? I don't think I need to not end the stream for these questions, so I think we'll just wait till the next one, and we can catch up on all these very important questions. Is there? I hope I didn't miss any super chats because I hate doing that.
Thanks for the money.
Funny. You guys are hilarious.
Show me the money.
6 p.m. Well, I'm a fucking old lady, all right? Love you guys. Love you all so much. Thank you, Scotty, aka Defender of Ants. Also, in my words, Protector of Ants.
D.O.A, bitches.
Away. That could be your new email in case you get bored. All right, my loves. I love you all. I'm going to be doing a giveaway tonight on the protesting live tonight when I go out to protest. So wherever that may be, come and follow me, and I'll schedule it in soon so you guys kind of can jump ahead and know where we are. Thank you so much, Ant, and I'll see you soon, my little schmoogie schmooko. Es un colto. Es un colto.
Much love. You guys have a wonderful day.
Hello? Hello?